our Dallas Morning News. Can you just talk about the impact that Turpin's 2 returns had on tonight's game and just what you've seen from him since you signed him and what he could give you this year?
Well, I mean, definitely. He's such an exciting young player, and you can see it really from day one. Obviously, had a very successful run there with the USFL. Really, from the first day of practice. I mean, he came in, and frankly, I was really impressed the way he picked up the receiver. The receiver playing the language. But you can see, he's dynamic in the return game. So 2 excellent big plays obviously set the tempo. And just like anything else, the reaction of his teammates. So I think anytime you have a new player come into your program that makes an impact like that, it's unique. So that was a big lift for us.
Prior to the 4-star squad, I know you knew he was fast, but I mean, just seeing him in person, seeing him go down the side, just talk about.
Well, I mean, the first jet sweep we ran, you could see in practice. I mean, he's got the speed and quickness. I mean, he has a combination of both. So, and he's very, very comfortable in the return game. So, he just watching him, throughout the practice, and he handles the football very, 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 very well with a lot of confidence. And I'm glad he's with us.
You had a big day from Israel Mukwamu on the defensive side of the ball. Can you talk a little bit about between the big plays and him doing the dirty work as well?
Yeah, I'm so proud of Israel and just to watch his throughout the offseason. I mean, there's the early workouts, the 4 days a week, he'd be in there with his teammates in the morning, and then he'd come back for a second session in the afternoon. So, and he just has made a huge leap from year 1 to year 2. So, just so happy to see him have the success. And I thought he had some really obviously very impactful plays today, and he's just getting better each and every opportunity.
Elwin Henderson, Gilmore, Coach, being able to play as many guys as you did tonight, how much does that help you in preparation for the final cutdowns?
Oh, it's huge. We're not looking forward to it. We know it's going to be very difficult, and it's going to be extremely competitive. I mean, that's what you want on your football team, and we felt that way when we put the 80-man roster together. So, but yes, we set over 25 plus players tonight, and it gave our young guys, and that's where we're just trying to get these young guys as many reps as possible, because this is what draft and develop looks like. So this is our process.
Mike, good does this feel after this long trip out here in California to go home with this win?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, it's been great to be in Southern California. I mean, obviously, I'm a long ways from Southern California, and we really enjoyed being here the last 4 days. We had, I can't say enough about the Chargers, organization, their football operation. It was great to work with them at practice. So this has been an outstanding trip for us all the way around. But to a man, we're all ready to go home. So everybody's ready to get going. So that was the last question, right? So,
I wanted to ask you about Jake Ferguson.
Yes.
Just once again making plays. What do you see from him that has made him?
I'll tell you what, he's such an instinctive, tough football player, and that's what we, just really liked about him coming from Wisconsin, and he hasn't disappointed. You can see right there, he's scrappy. He's on the edge, he's chippy, and all those things. But I mean, the young man can play. He's been very productive. Not only just in a tight end position, but also on special teams.
A little bit better the penalties tonight to cut down in the penalties from what it was.
How many we have?
8.
Okay. Thanks for counting, Clarence. Yeah.
Maybe 17.
We're halfway there. Yeah, we're halfway there. So.
I mean, that's what you're, that's.
Oh no, absolutely, and frankly, I mean, no excuse the last week, but I think when you look at all the factors involved, and those are opportunities you can grow from, and we took full advantage of the opportunity, but hey, I get to see these guys work every day. It's an outstanding locker room. I mean, just fully committed. So, when you want to play to the level of intensity that it takes to win in this league, week in and week out, you have to learn to play at that level of competitiveness. So that's all part of the process.
Will Grip
Jonah Javad with WFAA. Question about the kicking competition early on. You guys did a 2-point conversion. What was the thought there? I mean, isn't it at the point where you need to see as many kicks from both of these guys as possible? How are you guys kind of assessing that?
Well, the reasoning for going for 2-point, that was a decision that I made, was really for Cooper Rush. He's obviously not, he was on a pitch count tonight, so that's something I wanted to make sure he got an opportunity at, but obviously very cognizant of the kicking opportunities. That's really, fast forward to the fourth quarter. I mean, that's why I ran it on a third. We ran on 3rd and 5, and I wanted to give our guys an opportunity at the long field goal.
Can you talk about the night Will Greer had a lot of good stuff on the film?
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, what a gritty performance. He's coming off that injury, and I hope he came out okay, but it looked like he may have re-aggravated it. So we'll see what the doctors say. But I thought grit. I mean, just a gritty performance. And it was good to see him in command and run the offense. It was his first real opportunity in this offense, and I thought he did a really nice job.
We talked about the running game last week. The running backs again ran well. They ran by Tyler Smith on that touchdown run. Just talk about the whole sequence.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the one thing I look for, all the time is the apex of the line of scrimmage, and I thought really 2 weeks in a row, I thought our line throughout, and even our young guys were doing a good job, running off the ball, creating an apex, consistently for the backs. Tyler did some really nice things. I mean, he's so powerful. I mean, he's a powerful young man, and but we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. We wanted those young linemen to get a ton of reps tonight, and we were able to get that done. I thought they did a nice job.
Other side of the ball, Tristan Hill, he seemed to have a pretty.
He's having a great camp. Yeah, don't you think, David? I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, he's having a great camp. I'm another guy I'm excited about. I think anytime you come off of a major injury, the fight back, and sometimes it takes you into that second year to get it right, and he's been playing very well.
Going back to Turpin, is there anything you need to see at this point for him not to be the starter week 1 at return?
Oh, I think there's a great chance that he'll be, returning kicks against Tampa Bay. So.
On the injury front, really quickly, looked like Marquise Bell limped off the field a little bit later in the game. Do you think
I didn't go to the training room. I apologize. I had to take the golf cart ride to get here. So.
Mike, with these first 2 preseason games, you had the scrimmages leading up.
Yeah.
Didn't work the starters. Now you have this game, 16 days off before. Are you going to work the starters and give them a quarter or a half?
We're going to work them really hard. We're going to have an install type, intensity practices on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we'll reassess. So, but I like the way we've gone these last 2 weeks. I think when you break down the reps and just the quality of film that we've been able to accomplish in these 3, joint practices has been excellent.
How many reps did your starters get? Was it like 120?
Oh yeah, I think we're in the 80s, almost 80 every week. Is our schedule for 74 each day with the Chargers. But actually the twos had that real long call-it period. Because we had a couple call-it periods. So you estimate that those are going to be about 7 plays each, and I think the one was 14. So 160 snaps a day. That's a lot of quality football.
And that's going to be the plan Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday we're going to go back and do a bunch of competitive periods.
Thank you. Last one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sean Rice, a guy who's practiced well for you, and he's had some big plays given up in these 2 games. What did you see tonight, and is there an issue with his confidence to keep it up? Well,
we got to make sure we keep it up because he is a confident young man. I'm not really concerned about it, but that's his play style, and he's another second year player that's made a huge jump. He's put on a tremendous amount of strength. I think he's added over 10, 15 pounds. So he needs those opportunities. The third down penalty, we can't have that. And he knows that. He's a very cognizant young man, conscientious young man, excuse me. So, once again, these are young players. They need these opportunities. I love it when they go after our guys in bump situations because, those are live reps that, you don't get a lot of those opportunities.
Same way with Tolbert.
Yeah, same
get
thing.
your foot back. That's what's the teaching, I guess, point.
Well, Tolbert, the other thing, too, with JT is you see him on special teams. So, he had the hamstring earlier in camp, so we've been cautious with him. But he's saying I feel like I'm saying the same thing, but they need to play. They need to be competitive. We want them, and we want them playing special teams to be in that competitive arena, particularly on the coverage units. So, our young guys have gotten – this is the most experience that I've ever been a part of for young players after 2 preseason games. To play your young players this much in 2 preseason games, man, I think it's going to pay dividends for us moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. Travel safe.